Chatan, you can start.
Yeah. So, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. So, welcome everyone to this very important webinar led by one and only Rajendra Ruia of Rotary District 3141. I'm sorry, just my video quality is a little bad, so I just turned it off. Uh, Friends, when it comes to any peace activity in Rotary District 3141, the go-to person for us is Rajendra Ruia, because that's the governor. It's a peace of mind for governor to hand over all the peace activities to Rajendra Ruia, and that is exactly what has happened for years. And not taking much of your time, you all have gathered here for a purpose, and I'm very sure. Let us compliment Rajendra Ruia, Dr. Bharat Pandya, for bringing Peace Center to India, a very Herculean task. So compliments Rajendra on that, and may this webinar, be used. Your efforts to uh, have more peace scholars in the world uh, is fructifies through this webinar. And thank you, Christine, for joining us. I think your morning there, uh, and all the peace scholars. I wish them all the very best. I have some other engagement, so I won't be there for long. I'll be there for 5 minutes, and then I have to rush for a meeting. Thank you so much, Rajendra. Over to you.
Thank you, Governor. Along with Christine, we also have Kolive from the Peace Centers Committee. Welcome, Kolive.
Welcome,
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Chetan, for that wonderful introduction. Friends, I welcome all of you to this special webinar on change and boost career. This is a special webinar organized in this format for the first time in such a large scale, where we are fortunate to have 12 Peace Fellows guiding us about career benefits of the Peace Fellowship. I'm sure that the delegates will learn a lot about the program and, more importantly, the benefits that the applicants can get. Friends, wherever I go, Rotarians generally ask the question of what the alumni do and how they engage with the community. Many of these questions will be answered here today. As some of you know, the Rotary Peace Fellow alumni was selected for the fellowship against a very stiff competition. For example, 130 Peace Fellows are selected from 1,300 to 1,500 applicants. They have further gone on and excelled during the Peace Fellowship course, and they have become true leaders of their professions and doing human service to the community. Friends, we will introduce them as we go by. With this, I invite Ms. Christine Torres, who's a senior marketing and recruitment specialist at the Rotary Peace Centers and one of the strong pillars of this program, who will give you a brief overview about the Rotary Peace Fellowship. Over to Christine.
Oh, Rajendra, thank you so much. Rajendra is an esteemed member of our Rotary Peace Centers Committee in his third year and extremely supportive of the program. We appreciate everything that he's done, continues to do, and connecting all of you together and all of the alumni. So thank you. And thank you to the district for hosting this. And also thank you for everyone who's joining, and especially thank you to all of the alumni who are here today and for all the work that you do. I could try to share my screen, I believe.
Yeah.
Let's see if this will work.
Yep.
Can everyone see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, not my notes though, I hope. Let's see here. Okay, so everyone can see it?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, well, I just wanted to start by showing a let's see. There we go. Okay. By sharing a quick picture of some of our Peace Fellows. And these are fellows that are from the that came to visit us at the 2023 International Rotary Convention, where a lot of our Peace Fellows will gather and mingle with members, and we appreciate that. And the next slide, you can see the next slide. Okay, great. Another picture of fellows at the convention in Singapore. So you can see how much fun they have. The diversity of our fellows, they come from all over the world. Rotary awards up to 130 fully funded fellowships for peace building professionals from around the world to study at one of our peace centers. A quick look at kind of the overall mission or goal. Purpose is to work toward creating sustainable peace within our communities across the globe. We do this with an ever expanding network of peace builders, community leaders dedicated to supporting positive peace and preventing conflicts. We also do this with our Rotary Peace Centers in partnership with the universities that host the Peace Centers and offer our academic programs. And all of the faculty at these programs, and of course, all of the Rotary members that support the program, this wouldn't be possible without them, people like Rajendra and the district. On to the next slide, where you can kind of get a picture of where we are. We are going on 23 years. So the program has been in operation for several years. We now have more than 1,800 alumni, and that grows every year as we graduate more and more alumni in at least 140 countries. It's probably a lot more than that. And in India alone, we've got at least 100 Peace Fellows living in India or from India, living in other parts of the world. So we see great candidates throughout all of the years of the peace centers in operation from India. Next slide just kind of gives you a picture of where our alumni are working. So this isn't all encompassing, but it gives us an idea of most of our fellows are working in peace building capacities in some way, shape, or form, non-governmental organizations, government agencies, research and education institutions. We see them across some of our larger multilateral organizations, such as the UN, the World Bank, even like, the International Red Cross, a lot of humanitarian organizations. And of course, they're also in professional capacities such as law, human rights, law and justice, business, and in military and law enforcement, and of course, media and the arts. We're seeing more and more journalists, storytellers in our ranks, and we appreciate that a lot. Next slide. Just a beautiful picture of the map of where all of our peace centers are located. You can see it's very global, and our most recent Peace Center was added in Istanbul, Turkey. And of course, as I think some of you know, we are in the process of introducing another new Peace Center. That contract is underway, so we aren't officially publicizing it yet, but hopefully in a couple of months, we'll be at a point where we can publicize a new Peace Center we're working toward in India. And so we just want to talk a little bit about the two programs we offer. The Master's Program, which is at 5 of our Peace Centers, and our Professional Development Certificate Program. which is a one-year program at 2 of our peace centers, one located in Kampala, Uganda, and the other one in Istanbul, Turkey. And so the differences really are the two programs are created to give those near the start of their career or mid-career an opportunity to get a fully funded master's degree, or those professionals with maybe 5 to 10 years of experience in peace building or peace and development, an opportunity to do a professional development certificate program. And this is a very high level program where they spend 10 to 11 weeks on campus doing academic programs, having field experiences, workshops. It's really an intensive training. And then they go back to their communities and implement a social change initiative project and come back at the end of the 1 year to present all of their work, come together again, meet the next new cohort of fellows who are coming in, which is kind of part of the program too, is to build a network of peace builders around the world. So our peace centers encourage the peace fellows to meet, they overlap, and then build this network within their regions and around the world. Quick look at the master's degree, which I think is what Rajendra is really trying to highlight at this point until the certificate program really opens in India. So these are just some of the qualifications. I think most of you might be aware, but proficient in English, do need to have a bachelor's degree and provide those transcripts when you apply, and just have that proven commitment to peace and development. And within the application, really need to show that to the selection committee by way of your essays, your work experience. There is a personal statement video that we have required applicants to upload. So there's many ways to demonstrate that and to tell your personal story within the application, which really strengthens that application. This would be kind of the same for the certificate candidates as well. They also have to be proficient in English and have a bachelor's degree. All the same qualifications in terms of, proving their commitment to what they've been doing in their career and what they want to carry on in the future. And they need to have a little bit more experience, 5 to 10 years. And of course, come to the application with a social change project that they're really passionate about, that they want to implement in their community or in a host community. And the fellowship will give them the knowledge and skills and the assistance and the network to be able to do that. So here is a look at everything that's funded. When we say fully funded, it's a very generous program. So tuition, room and board, travel to and from the country, you can kind of see the list there. Field expenses, all of those things are covered by the fellowship. And so we really want to encourage applicants from all communities to apply. We want to support the peace builders in the communities, the work that they're doing. And the Rotary Foundation has made this commitment to uplift our peace builders around the world through giving them extended knowledge and skills to go forth and make an even greater impact. So who are we looking for? Well, young professionals and experienced change makers who are successful at collaborating, that could increase their impact with access to this broader network of Peace Fellows and Rotary members, and access to academic experts. We're looking for candidates with bachelor's degrees, English proficiency of various ages, diverse range of communities, working in peace and development across a variety of sectors. But really, our Peace Fellows need to come to the application with, showing through their education, through their career experience, through their volunteerism pursuits, that they are committed to peace and development, have to have a passion for the sustainable development in the projects that, will really go forth and make a difference, and align with, Rotary's values and our areas of focus, show leadership, kind of that entrepreneurial spirit, social justice and human rights, advocates, academic aptitude. So be able to, take classes and communicate within the classes, within your cohort, with your faculty, and with others. And then a willingness really afterwards to stay connected with the greater Peace Fellow Network and with Rotary. These are just some quick tips, and I can also pop this in the chat too. This is just one of our infographics that Kaliwe made for us. Thank you, Kaliwe. It's been really helpful to just give a quick snapshot of everything that really goes into building your application, from verifying your eligibility to gathering all the required documents, and all of this can be found in the application when someone applies. Practicing their video statement, and then of course writing their essays. We hope without the overuse or over-reliance on AI, which we know everyone does use these days, but we really want to see your personal aspects in your personal story come through in the application. And so finally, and since this will be kind of hopefully shown into the future, this is just a look at where you can apply. So that's the website to our application. It's open every year from the 1st of February to the 15th of May. So it's a good long time. We also encourage applicants who are thinking about this in the future or next year or the next year after that to start working on some of these aspects of your application in advance. It's never really too early to start finding who your references are, making those connections with Rotary, and getting started on that. And with that, I will just say thank you to everybody, and enjoy the webinar and the stories that you're about to hear from the Peace Fellows. And of course, you can reach out to us if you are an applicant, if you have any questions, and we hope to see your application. Thank you.
Thank you, Christine. Does Koliwe have to say anything, add anything?
Well, I think Christine was able to get through the program overview, and I think from both of us and the team is just all encouragement to our candidates that are applying. This is one great opportunity, and we encourage your application to be sincere. And just also a reminder, as Christine pointed out, we have until May 15th that we'll be receiving these applications for consideration. So hopefully we get to see your application, and thank you to the alumni that get to share their stories and experience today, so it can just give a whole full experience of what the Rotary Peace Fellowship is. And thank you, Rajendra, for inviting us again.
Thank you, Koliwe. I now request Vivek to run through the talks.
Thanks, Rajendra. Our first speaker is going to be Pravin Dixit. Pravin has done his peace program from Duke University in 2002-2004. He is IPS. He works for the Human Rights Commission India. He is a retired Director General of Maharashtra Police. Mr. Pravin Dixit.
Thank you very much for having me today evening. And my job has been made very easy now by Christine. And she has really given the complete overview of what the things one can look forward to. I would like to mention that Rotary Fellowship, whether it is for the period of 2 years or for a certificate course of 1 year or even earlier 3 months program, all these courses are being organized at very select places and they provide a unique opportunity for enrichment of the candidate as well as for the society. Now, as you are all aware, the world is full of conflicts, disputes, problems around you, which invariably result in many deaths, injuries, damage to personal as well as public property. Now, what are the ways to resolve these conflicts? There was a committee appointed by the Rotary International long ago, and it was at that time, if I remember correctly, headed by Rotarian Mr. Raja from Chandigarh in India. And then after considering the report given by the committee, the Rotary International took a bold decision that it is the investment to be done in the leadership, in the individuals who can bring in change in the society. Because the answers to resolve the conflicts may differ from place to place and people to people. Some may say that you need to provide more resources, some may say some other things. But the real crux of it is having an enlightened leadership. And that is what the Rotary Fellowship is all about. It is not about individual academic improvement like many other fellowships which are provided by so many other institutes. But this is basically an integrated approach to create a leadership of basic values which transcend not only the particular region, not only particular religion, but it is across the world. So irrespective of whether you come from and where you may be working, the things which you learn in these unique centers in different universities, they provide you the master's degree as well as the necessary skills to improve yourself. And the Rotary International as well as the Rotarians across the world are making a tremendous investment. So the funds which are available are provided generously to the candidate. In fact, I would go a step ahead and say that it is a one fellowship. If you are lucky to get it, you can forget about all your worries and completely focus on the studying, on what you want to enrich yourself and what you want to take back after your learning. Moreover, this is not just a 1 year or a 3 months or 2 years program, but it is a continuous improvement. It is a continuous linkage between you and the Rotary International as well as the other Rotarians. I was, for example, lucky to be selected in the pioneering batch of 2002 to 2004. And I was allotted to do the master's degree program in the School of Public Policy in Duke and North Carolina University together in the United States. And the program was entitled International Development Policy with focus on conflict resolution and peace building through developmental activities. This is a fundamental difference between the other centers and the Duke Center, because it attempts to look at the root cause of the conflicts and finds the ways and means of understanding it and provides the answers for it. For example, when I was doing my master's degree, it was more about the conflict in Iraq and how to look at it, how to resolve it. So the history is well known, what happened. But I was lucky to be in the US at that time when this whole thing was happening. Now, when I was doing this master's degree program, the various subjects which I was lucky to consider and study included on promotion of human rights, improving performance delivery by public servants, involving the NGOs and the civil society, managing the environment, using media and mass communication agencies. So as a result of this, I could enrich myself in promoting and ensuring sustainable development in the days to come. Thereafter, I was lucky to be posted in Mauritius, where I could apply whatever I had learned immediately in improving the performance of the bureaucracy there. When I came back to India, again, I was lucky to be posted as in charge of the training and human rights investigation in a state called Maharashtra in Mumbai, where I could apply these and ensure that the law enforcing agencies were able to improve their performance in a dramatic manner. Subsequently, I was working as a commissioner of police as well as the director general of police, and I was able to implement the ideas in a much more sharper manner, which resulted in a much appreciated peace in the area where I was given. So I would say that everyone, whoever is lucky to get the opportunity to have the Rotary Fellowship, should leave all his worries behind, focus on the studies wherever he is selected, and make the best of it, not only during the program, but also subsequently, wherever he is working, whether he is working in the NGO, whether he is as an academician, whether he is a journalist, whether he is a government officer, I'm sure the fellowship will make great change in him. Thank you. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Pravinji, for that wonderful speech. Our next speaker is going to be Sagar Gangurde, who has done a certification program from Chula University in Thailand. He is the country director of India's Seeds of Peace Experimental Facilitator Peace Education Comprehensive and Sexuality Educator. Mr. Sagar Gangurde.
I think Sagar has left, so we can continue with the next.
Okay. Our next speaker is Mr. Rajiv Jalota. He has done this program from Duke and University of North Carolina from 2003 to 2005. He is an IAS officer, retired chairperson of Mumbai Port Trust and GST Commissioner. Mr. Rajiv Jalota.
Thanks everyone for giving me this opportunity to give my experiences so that better candidates get selected for such a prestigious and really one can say a fellowship. I think when we were selected it was scholarship. It got changed to fellowship, and Rotary really wants to create such fellows out of this generous grant which makes some change towards peace building and conflict resolution across the globe. So I was part of the second cohort, and I was really fortunate. And what Pravin sir stated, because we come from the same Duke UNC center, where we both went for master's program. He was in the first cohort and I was in the second cohort, and so 1 year overlapped between us. And actually, we don't know much about other centers. That is a fact. Each center may be having their unique properties and skill building capacities. I was told that Bradford was having a very different skill set that was getting imparted. So the candidates which were selected for Bradford, they also came from a different skill set. I could get in touch with a couple of such Rotary scholars who were from Maharashtra and had gone to Bradford. So that is why I came to know. So it's overall, I think the way these universities have been selected by Rotary Foundation must have gone through a very, very diligent and strict process. And then what I came to know at Duke, because of the close interactions with the professors as well as other Rotarians who developed this Rotary Center, that the whole process of development of curriculum was in, I think, very close coordination with several stakeholders as well as the Rotary Foundation and Duke University and the University of Chapel Hill at University of North Carolina. The courses which were core courses means they were geared towards peace and conflict resolution, and it was compulsory for each candidate who was assigned to these different centers were spread over both the universities. So that was another good advantage for a candidate to have experience in two universities. And one thing, like in our cohort, some were from the Duke University and some were from the University of Chapel Hill. They could pursue even courses later on what they wanted to pursue in their career. So, say somebody was a lawyer who had come as a Rotary Peace Scholar, took major courses besides the core courses in the law school. Somebody who was an environmentalist could take more courses in the School of Environment. Somebody was from the social sciences, besides the core courses, could take more courses of the social sciences. And say people like us who are from public administration, we actually majorly took courses in the School of Public Policy, but yes, we were able to take courses in environment and urban planning and sociology and even School of Law, which we thought that it would be useful for us in our future careers. And what I can say about the course, that it really changed our mindset, the interactions with the professors, and the whole education system which we passed through as part of the Peace Fellowship was a totally different experience, a game changing experience personally for me. And in my various roles later on, when I returned to the government, I could, I think, relate lot of courses, could do a lot of changes in my whole style of working per se, and always started looking from the mind of the other side. And I think I became a more empathetic officer compared to what I was before. My negotiation skills had improved, and always I tend to think that how can I prevent the conflict. Other thing is the you resolve a conflict, but conflict prevention became the core strength of mine, just because of the insights and the experience that I could get out of this course. Now, personally speaking, this course, how it was good for me, I could go with along with my whole family, family of four. My two children were there. One started going to grade one, and the another one to grade four. And within the scholarship, I was able to manage the whole family at Durham, where Duke University is located. And I believe I could save around $50 to $80 a month as well. It's very, very important. Later on, yes, because I went on a J visa, a scholar visa in United States, because that may also be relevant for some of the uh, fellows who are looking towards its scholarship. That J visa only says that you have to come back to your place of your country. You have to come back. You can't stay in United States permanently. But it helped me get the dependent visa J2, which allowed my wife to work because she was already working in India. And she started working in the same school of public policy where I was enrolled in. And that was a great experience for her. And later on, that time online, she could bring back the work as well. For a few years, she continued working for Duke University. So that plus what happened ki later on, my daughter, when she was applying for undergrad, because of this fellowship, in fact, I I could very well say that my I decided that time only after the fellowship that we will send our children for undergrad studies to US. And my daughter was actually so fortunate that she did her undergrad at Duke University. And there was a whole families from Rotarians and people who taught us. They all were waiting for that girl. That she felt that Duke is her second home, and she never felt. And she actually came out with flying colors from Duke. Then went for her PhD at Stanford and is now a fellow at Stanford. And then my son went for his undergrad at Berkeley, has completed his PhD at Stanford, and will be joining as a professor in Georgia Tech. So all because of this Rotary Fellowship. I'm deeply, deeply indebted, and I can vouch to all who are intending to apply that it will be a game-changing experience for them. It will really help blossom their career. And yes, you should be committed to the cause of peace building, conflict resolution. In whatever field you are, you will see a change in you. And I will exhort all of you that please consider this and apply. And if you are fortunate enough, try to either go for master's or certificate program, whatever you can apply for. So again, thank you very, very much for giving me this opportunity to present myself before the future candidates. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajiv. Thanks a lot. Okay, our next speaker is Suresh Kakani. My request to all the speakers is to manage their whatever presentation or speech within 5 minutes time that is given. Mr. Suresh Kakani did his program from Berkeley in 2006-2008. He is an IAS officer, now retired municipal commissioner, retired from Municipal Corporation of Greater Mumbai. During COVID management, he had played a substantial role. Currently, he is the Secretary of State Election Commission, Maharashtra, Mumbai. Mr. Suresh Kakani.
Yeah, thank you, Vivekji, for generous introduction, and good evening, everyone. And I would like to express my thanks to Rotary Foundation and the other participants to facilitate or to provide this platform to me to express my views on the Rotary Fellowship. So, as I said, I did my MA in Asian Studies from University of California, Berkeley, in the year 2000, from the year 2006 to 2008. And my focus area was South Asia, which is the most happening part of the world now. I mean, more than 30% population reside in this area. And the development and the peace building and the resolutions, everything is, I mean, we experience on daily basis in this area. So far the course in Berkeley is concerned, it gave me a tremendous opportunity and freedom to choose my course. Being a South Asia as a focus area, I could choose the various subjects from the other departments, which was, I don't think it was possible elsewhere, maybe possible in some of the universities across the globe, but in other part of the world, it was not possible. I could choose courses on human rights. I could choose the courses on Indo-Pak relations. I could choose courses on the macroeconomics and macroeconomics, the tremendous freedom. The bottom line is the freedom was given. So I could design my course so that I could come out with the better understanding of the issues of the subjects so that it would facilitate to perform better in the given field. I personally feel that for the mid-career guys, the courses like fellowship, the Rotary Fellowship, or the courses which the Rotary Foundation is offering or having connected with, offering very good opportunity for upgrading of their skill. Because I can't say that, I mean, the skill is not available. Skill is there, but there is a need of upgrading the skill, upgrading the knowledge, understanding the innovations, the techniques which are available through research in the various universities, and these are the top class universities, and this really helps us to come out with the come out as a better performer in the given field. As I said, the fellowship or the courses which are being offered through this fellowship are best suited for the mid-career guys having some work experience in the given field. this work experience, this knowledge, the work experience and the knowledge skill one has gained is required to be supported or requires to be augmented with the some theory, some research, and some techniques in the given field. That is what the Rotary Foundation is aiming for, and the Rotary Foundation is providing opportunity to the various candidates across the globe. The courses under Rotary World Peace Fellowship will certainly facilitate in opening in various opportunities, because the question may be asked, I mean, what opportunities would be there after completing this course? Because we are focusing on peace building, but we should not get deceived by the only the word peace building. Peace building, peace can be achieved through various ways. There are various ways. If you're engaging in the development sector, definitely through proper development, you can bring smiles and you can bring peace among the society in the stakeholders. If you are working in the health sector, you can keyword that will also bring smile and the peace in the given health sector. So there are various means, various ways of achieving peace, and this can be one of the way to achieve peace wherever you are working. That would the enhanced knowledge will definitely support you to deliver the proper goods. As I said, after completing this course, the opportunities are available at international level, national level, because after completing the course, frankly speaking, I was being offered the position in the World Bank, but I chose to come back to my home country for the reasons because my focus area was South Asia and I was more interested to work in the South Asia only. So various opportunities are available at the international and the national level. You can also go for the public organization or the non-governmental organizations working in the simple field of your choice, and you can come out with the better personality and better performance in that field. Similarly, the Rotary Foundation has empaneled various international universities, though the Berkeley is not there, and I will strongly bet for the inclusion of Berkeley as well in this program, being an alumni of Berkeley. International universities and institutions empaneled by the Rotary Foundations, and you can choose any of the university, any of the institution, any of the course, and you can design your course appropriately so that you can come out with the better understanding of the issues. You will come out, you will be able to devise policies or the programs or the projects which would bring greater, you can say, the greater delivery, proper delivery and proper bringing the proper happiness or the peace among the parties who have joined this webinar should consult your nearest Rotary Foundation, Rotary Club. You can reach out to any one of us. We are available through Mr. Rajendra Ruia, and to support you for documenting, for how to apply, how to choose the courses, what university should be chosen. Definitely our support will be there. So my sincere request, sincere recommendation to all the participants to apply for this, and you will certainly, as Jalota sir said and Dixit sir said, you would come out with the better person and you will be able to deliver in the better fashion in the given field. So my best wishes to all of you, and thank you once again.
Thank you, Suresh. Our next speaker is Roshan Dalvi. She has done her certification program from Chula University in Thailand in 2018 January. She is a retired High Court judge and currently an arbitrator and mediator. Roshan Dalvi.
Good evening, friends. Thank you, Mr. Ruia and the Rotary International. It is both a privilege and an obligation to speak today. My program was a professional course program because I had to suspend my practice for 3 months that I was in Chula. And I had till that time, served for 27 years as judge, and I was by that time a lawyer of 40 years. Now, when we do work as lawyer and judge, we constantly come in contact with conflicts. So our job is to resolve conflicts. And therefore, I thought that this program would be tailor-made for me, and it turned out to be. The conflict analysis process that they showed us in this was not my choice. I got it because it was a professional course. It would include negotiation, facilitation, mediation, and conciliation. This would be for small disputes, which may be in the family, which may be in the community, which may be in the country, or even at macro level between countries. And this conflict analysis and the conflict communication styles help us to understand how to resolve that better. This is what I felt. As a side to it, there was the gender issue, which I always worked on, which is my passion and vision. I've written a book also on socio-legal perspectives. So it helped me to sharpen what is marginalization of women, because you and I in this group, we are not marginalized. But other unprivileged persons, marginalized persons, requiring law and justice would require to understand and to deal with these issues. So we were taught understanding violence and the pillars of peace. Now, friends, you will feel why we are talking about peace. We are at peace. No, no country is at peace. Because peace is not only absence of war. Peace is absence of any conflict. And whenever there is conflict, like say in domestic violence or in child trafficking or for children's rights, for protection as well as the child abuses and human rights violations, and for even something like grabbing of lands of marginalized people for development, in all of these areas, not only the law is involved, but there is conflict which has to be resolved. So that is what we learned. And one of those aspects was do no harm. It's a very serene aspect in mediation process for creative approaches to mediation. There have been mediations which have succeeded by music also. Music between two communities have brought about peace. And those are the illustrations that we learned. And then the conflict indicators, as we have to find out like a stethoscope of a doctor, which would be the indicators of conflict coming on. This may be armed conflict or unarmed conflict. And together with that, we learned skill building and capacity building, which is, of course, one of the true aspects in almost any subject of law or community development. Then there were asides, and they were media and anti-war films. It was a very lovely film that we saw between the Serbs and the Muslims when some of the Muslim women, 64 Muslim women, gave their hijab to Christians who could pass off and were saved from any kind of injury during the war. So it was such a telling film, and it's so many times we come across these kind of good illustrations which we must emulate. So when we go into the conflict sector, then we learned what is called the DDR and the SSR, the disarmament, demobilization and reintegration, and the social section reforms. That is for post-war reconstruction. Then there was transitional justice. There is something called the TRC, the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, which has worked in several countries, most of which was in South Africa, with Nelson Mandela at the head, where people came out and told their stories of truth, of what they had done. And this is what we also learned in our case study. We went for 10 days to Indonesia from Thailand. And that was a post-conflict zone. So in that, we learned the gender rights and how the marginalized sections are coming up with the processes started by women, etc. And there were very many good examples. This was adult learning. And adult learning is client-centered. It is not only by way of lectures, but by way of various activities which bring home that process or the culmination of that process. So there were peace-building programs, practical applications, and the last we learned was constructing workable peace processes in all professions. It would help, and the reconstruction. So even if you're choosing medicine, for example, healthcare would lessen conflict in any zone. If you're choosing law, which is really only my domain, I don't know about any other sections except law in so far as my knowledge is concerned. There are so many aspects where we have writ petitions, where we have family disputes, etc., where we can apply this. And the last word that I would say is the art of war, but the science of peace. It taught us sensitization. Thank you.
You are on mute, Vivek.
Sorry. Our next speaker is going to be Vishwas Nangre Patil. Many of us know him. He is IPS, Additional Director General of Police. He also did the certification program from Chula University in 2015. Mr. Vishwas Nangre Patil. Mr. Patil, are you there? Okay, I think he is probably not there right now. We can come back to him if he joins. Let's move on to the next speaker. That is Mr. Sachin Rane. He is a Senior Inspector of Police. He did his certification program from Chula University in 2013 January. Mr. Sachin Rane.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you, Ruia ji. Thank the organizers. Thank you, Rotary International, for having me here and giving me an opportunity to speak today. So as I've been introduced, I'm a career police officer. I spent almost 30 years of my life serving in police. That too in a metropolis as complicated, as diversified as Mumbai. So when the Peace Fellowship program was introduced, I really didn't have an insight. When Ruia ji said this is something which will boost, which will help you up in your career. So I said, okay, I didn't have the vision of what is taught. But yes, when I went to Chula, the course changed my perspective toward policing, that I can say. Because there I was introduced to police officers from other nations. We were a group of trainees or participants from diversified fields, each one having their own share of experiences, which we shared. Police officers from Canada, for example, having a different perspective, they were serving in a different environment, within different resources, challenges, but still in the same job of resolving conflict. Police officers from Australia, police officers from Nigeria, different cultures, different backgrounds, different resources, different trainings, but again, same goal of resolving conflict. The course in Chula actually gave me a perspective, gave me an insight of how to approach conflicts. Because here in Bombay, or rather in the Maharashtra State Police, we were exposed to only the conventional ways, the traditional ways of policing. The training also had, because that suited the environment, that suited the job which I did here, and the masses which I addressed and I attended. But at Chula, we get to know, we were introduced to various ways of resolving conflict, various approaches, various concepts such as do no harm, what is internally displaced, how do you resolve, how do you see that the conflict should be actually reached at the bottom of the cause you should eradicate a conflict from the cause. Secondly, should be sustainable. So all these concepts, all these approaches were taught. There were group discussions, there were multiple interactions. We were taken out in conflict areas, regions where we could have a first-hand knowledge or first-hand vision of what and how conflict affects and how it was resolved. So there were so many things which I learned from the program in Chula in a brief stay there. Now, after I returned from the fellowship, after I was equipped from the knowledge, after I was equipped from all the skills which I gained from this course, I implemented all those skill sets and all those new techniques in my routine policing, and it was amazing. Because resolving conflict, what I used to do for a living, that was something which was the bread and butter. The person who ever goes to the police has some kind of conflict or the other. So that is the job of the police first to address it. Now the approach which began, instead of going directly to the legal part, the human part, that is to make a person sit, give him a very patient ear, to understand or hear him out, give him a complete hearing, offer him a glass of water. That is one approach by which at least the man feels that he's attended. That is where at least we get to know, we get a ground, a base, where we can start now applying the conflict resolution skills. This was something new, but this was something which I learned and I practiced, and I shared it with my colleagues and officers, and everyone benefited a lot. Again, communal rights, during communal rights, how to approach, how do you have to be neutral, how do you have to be gaining the confidence of the mob that yes, you are a person who is here to help. Do no harm concept, which was taught. I implemented that during my duty time. I shared it and it was very successful. And I'm proud to say that yes, because of me, a lot of man life, material loss, property loss, and law and order situations were avoided. That I credit to the training and to the skills which were imparted to me during my interaction, during my stay at Chula and during the Rotary Peace Fellowship. So when I actually did it, I believed it. Yes, this is something which is workable. Sustainable, yes. When you have a problem, when people come to you, for example, if it is an area, a disturbed area, where you see there is regular quarrel, regular issues, regular fighting, and is repeatedly been coming to the police station, then you get to understand what is the base, what is the source of that particular conflict. Once you get to the source, once you eradicate the source, only then this conflict will rest. Otherwise, this is just going to be a futile exercise on and on and on. That is what I learned. I literally implemented that. I went to the slums. I got to get the mohalla committees, the communal groups, wiring groups together. I was a mediator. I sat in between and I said, yes, let us all resolve this particular issue. And it was resolved. So that approach was now, it is actually now replicated. Whosoever interacted, all my juniors, all my peers, all the seniors, they all appreciated, yes, this is something which is a need of the hour. We have to now be people-oriented. This is community policing. And the Rotary Peace Fellowship actually helped us to be community police. The image of police is drastically changing. And only with these measures can we do a lot in this area. Now to those aspirants who are planning, Vivek, I got it. So quickly, because it's so much I can, share with you. But to the new aspirants, to all those new boys or girls or who just wants to go out from the uniform forces to do something in the Rotary, I would say yes, please do that. Please go and join the course. And this is going to be a very, very beautiful experience, which is going to help you boost your career. And for any reason, if you feel that I can be of any help, of course, Ruia ji is here, the entire team is there. Please feel free to contact. Thank you so much for having me here. Thank you so much all.
Thank you, Sachin. We are getting a lot of good information. My only request to the speakers is restrict their presentation to 5 minutes. Our next speaker is going to be Ms. Surabhi Khyati, who's a journalist by profession. She did her program from 2014 to 2016 in the International Christian University in Tokyo. Ms. Surabhi Khyati.
Thank you so much. Thank you for giving me this. I'm audible. Okay. So I'll just very quickly cover that. I was a journalist with the Indian Express before joining the Rotary Peace Fellowship. I have also got the Ramnath Goenka Award for investigative journalism. And from there, I went on to the Rotary Peace Fellowship at ICU, Tokyo. And now I am doing a full-time research. I'm a PhD scholar doing full-time research on South Asia, on identity and security in South Asia. I'm taking up India and Bhutan as the two communities, the refugees, the Nepali refugees from Bhutan and the Bangladeshi refugees in India. So we are talking about these two, I'm talking about these two communities in my research. And frankly, so that was my introduction. And the whole path, the whole transformation from being a journalist to being an academician who with focus on peace and conflict in South Asia has been made possible only by Rotary Peace Fellowship, because this is a vision which, really consolidated as I was pursuing my fellowship. So to all the journalists over there who are thinking of applying for this and also for any other field, I have some insights that I would like to share about the Rotary Peace Fellowship. One of the, I think, most important one would be this fellowship gives you an opportunity to either continue in your own career and build your rooting, like really strong footing in your own career, or to, as I did, to bridge across to a similar career with a much better perspective if you want to do that. One of the things that really helped me understand was the basic understanding of what peace and security and conflict resolution actually means. This career was able to help me with that a lot. For example, people who are doing journalism, who are into journalism, we are already dealing with social issues, in and out. But what I think some of the time, at least with me, it lacked was understanding the structures, understanding the root causes of violence. And Rotary Peace Fellowship allowed me to not only academically understand it, but when you get various perspectives, I had people from across the world, from eight different countries, working with me in my batch as RPFs, and they were all working in some capacity or the other as peace builders. So their perspectives helped me a lot in understanding that. Plus, on top of it, ICU, International Christian University, has very flexible programs and courses available. So there were numerous media courses. I, of course, did not take any media courses. I did courses, of course, the core peace course was there, which included peace and conflict studies, as well as security and conflict resolution. And from there on, I chose international law and environmental law as my courses, some global courses like comparative politics and government, religion and conflict, global attitudes, and some sociological courses as well, like social stratification and sociology of development, etc., etc. Plus, another very important thing that ICU provided me was an opportunity to pursue a master's thesis. Now, this was a 30,000 word, well-researched thesis that I had to write. And I used various opportunities and fundings from AFE, the applied field courses. So applied field experience is a very important component of Peace Fellowship that gives you funding to go anywhere in the world, build your network, and get in touch with people or with organizations that you want to work with in future. So I went to London to work under Professor Gurharpal Singh at SOAS. which really enriched my academic understanding. So that flexibility is provided over there. Plus, on top of it, it also gives you loads of tools. Like we had some on-hand experiences with negotiations, etc. So overall, I think what I'm going to do, because the time is already up, so I'll leave you with this, that there are various ways to approach peace, and RPF allows you to be exposed to all of these ways. So please go ahead and apply, and we are here if you need any help, any assistance or advice. And it's an amazing opportunity. All of the centers are very advanced, and they have great tools and people who can help you in your career, whether you want to stick to your career or you want to change directions anywhere. So look this up and get in touch with us. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you, Surabhi. Thank you very much. I'm told we are fortunate to have Mr. Vishwas Nangre Patil join our call. As I said, he is the IPS Additional Director General of Police, and he has done this program from Chula University in 2015. Mr. Vishwas Nangre Patil.
Jai Hind, thank you. This is Vishwas Nangre Patil. I belong to 1997 batch of Indian Police Service. I'm presently working as Additional Director General of Anti-Corruption Bureau Maharashtra. Sorry, I was stuck into one anti-corruption trap on one district health officer, and so I couldn't prepare much for this talk. But I did a Chula course. Sincere gratitude to Rotary International and Mr. Ruia for providing me this opportunity. As rightly said and observed by Mr. Rane, the right approach to deal today with the public is of proactive policing or community policing. August Walmore, one British police officer, had written about policemen. Policeman is denounced by the public, ridiculed in the movies, berated by the newspapers, unsupported by prosecuting officers and judges. He's shunned by the respectables. He's condemned when he executes the law and dismissed when he does not. He's exposed to countless dangers and temptations. And he's supposed to play the role of doctor, lawyer, diplomat, soldier, educator, with remuneration less than that of a daily wages laborer. So this is the role of the police force, which is conceived all over the world. And we get a lot of flack many times due to obsolete laws and archaic practices. We get a lot of criticism. We are blamed for using third-degree kind of treatments. But this course, Peace and Conflict Resolution, provided great opportunity to understand the policing across the globe. Basically, evidence-based policing. Generally, what happens in policing, we apply the same medicine to all the diseases. Actually, it has to be diagnosed that what is the disease and what is the root cause of it, and then decide the course of treatment. I will take little help of Mahatma Gandhi's philosophy. In 1930s, in Young India, he had written that there is enough in this world to fulfill every single individual's need, but there cannot be anything which will fulfill a single individual's greed. So greed is the root cause, and for this decline, he had explained this decline in giving emphasis on 7 social scenes of our age. Which are these 7 social scenes which are relevant today also? That politics without principles, science without humanity, commerce without morality, education or knowledge without character, wealth without work, religion without religion, or worship without sacrifice, and most importantly, pleasure without conscience. And he focused on change, that be the change you want to see into this world. So, of course, as I have worked in different capacities, I was superintendent of police of 4 districts. I was DCP of South Mumbai. I was additional CP of West Mumbai. Before my promotion to this post, I was joint CP of entire Mumbai city. So we diagnosed, we studied, and based on the evidences, based on the observations, based on the tendencies, based on different humanitarian aspects, we decided the policy of community policing. We took the help of many NGOs, like to deal with the victims of sexual assault. We took help of M. Uh, M. Mrs. Birla has started this mental health institute. So we took the private psychiatrist and asked them to communicate with the children of who are the victims of sexual crimes, and that opened up very positively. We got many aspects through that. We started the initiative called Nirbhaya Squads. I was the pioneer of that in Mumbai city, based on she team concept of Hyderabad, and in which, in the presence of police, everybody will feel safe. But in the absence of police, how women should feel safe? So we sent decoys, lady constables in the public places, and located molesters, eve teasers, stalkers, and with the hidden cameras we caught. And we focused on counseling. We caught the youngsters, but we didn't charge them. We just called their parents and counseled them. We caught married men also. We caught the wives of those married men and asked them to counsel, so you can understand the repercussions they might have faced at their homes. So proactively we took a lot of steps. I think 5 minutes is the time given, but I can speak volumes on the benefit which I derived from this peace and conflict resolution course, and that has benefited me a lot. And thank you for giving me this opportunity to interact with the audience. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Patil, for sharing your great experiences. Our next speaker is going to be Kishu Daswani, who's also done the program from Chula in 2008 January. Professor at Government Law College and faculty at Rotary Peace Center in Chula. Kishu Daswani.
Hi, good evening, everyone. So, a lot has been said about the program, and there's very little I can add, and I'll try and keep to my time. But having said that, we just saw the gentlemen and the ladies before us. I mean, whether it is Mr. Jalota, Mr. Dixit, Mr. Kakani, excellent, excellent public service they have given to this city and the country. Ma'am Roshan, Dalvi, some of the most amazing judgments you'll find at the Bombay High Court from her. You heard the 2 people from the police, Mr. Vishwas, Nangre, Patil, and Sachin Rane. And I do want to tell you, when I was in Chula and Vishwas was a student at that time, he gave one of the most amazing speeches on caste and what it means to be a Maratha at that program, endearing to everybody there, telling them about India, and the pride at which he said it with was really amazing. One thing Sachin Rane did not tell you, and the reason why I'm telling this to you, because we can talk in abstract about this program, but anecdotal evidence is the best. Sachin Rane, and I don't think he's here, but he would love to hear it, that the fact in a communal riot, when there were 2 different communities actually on a riot, he walked into the other community and he dropped his gun on the ground and said, I have come to talk to you. Now, that is the truth of a peace and conflict program that allows a police officer, as what Vishwas was telling you, that the police is known for its brutality, etc., so on and so forth. But the fact is, this man went and dropped the gun, and that's how he opened communication. And what you learn in this program is how to deal with polarization, how to deal with refugee issues, different styles of negotiation. How do you deal with conflicts that cannot be resolved? See, it's very easy to say resolving conflicts. There are some conflicts that cannot be resolved. And how do you deal with the diversity that is there in India? How do you deal with the conflict between environment and development? Everybody wants to live in a tower in the city, but at the same time, we need green spaces. So this program teaches you so many different elements. I have been fortunate that I teach in several institutes, and having come back, after the Chula program, I started a cascade program teaching several teachers how to teach peace and conflict. So at St. Xavier's, every year, 900 students would actually learn peace and conflict at whatever level through the cascade program. Also, I've been fortunate enough to teach at the Naval War College and been training judges and policemen in peace and conflict. But the crux of this program is the 11 weeks that you spend there, or the 2 years that you spend there, and the cohort around you. You will find in the same program for 11 weeks, working shoulder to shoulder, there'll be people from Israel and Palestine. There'll be people from India and Pakistan, and they'll be working together, and that is where the learning takes place. It is not the faculty that teaches you, but how you live within the cohort that's where the learning takes place. Lastly, I've been fortunate enough to go back and teach at the Rotary Peace Centers, and I have had the good fortune of teaching international and humanitarian law to almost 24 batches of Rotary Peace Fellows. And every time I go back and I see the new Peace Fellows, I am more and more convinced that this easily is one of the best programs that anybody can go for. And I'm not even talking of coming back and building peace. Somehow that word doesn't gel with me. How do you build peace? Peace is abstract. The logic is that you find the methodology to use peace in everything that you do. Whether you're in public service, whether you're a journalist, whether you're a teacher, whether you're even a salesman in a store. When you bring that peace in, you become the ambassador for peace. And I'll conclude by saying, we teach less by what we say. We teach more by what we do, but we teach the best by who we are. And that is exactly what this course makes you, a peace ambassador in its truest sense. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Daswani, for sharing your experiences. Our next speaker is Bhawna Solanki, who's done the program from Bradford in 2022-24. Lead for Strategy and Partnership, Beetle Vegan Solutions, Sustainability and Climate Resilience. Resilience is what our expertise is in. Ms. Bhawna Solanki.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, Ruia sir, Vivekji, and everyone here. I feel really, really honored to be a part of this group of alumni, all very distinguished leaders in their fields. So here I am with the recent experience. Just last year, I completed my my master's program at the University of Bradford. So just before going to University of Bradford, I had done my MBA in social entrepreneurship. And I worked as a development sector professional, played various roles in NGOs, in CSR, and also in academic institution as a research officer. So with approximately 13 plus years experience, I took a career break. I was at a point in my life where I really needed a fresh start. And it was at that time when I got connected to Ruia sir, and he just motivated me to work on my application, and that was like a turning point. I worked with full faith, manifested to be in University of Bradford because that's where I wanted to be, as I wanted to do a master's in sustainable development. And amongst all the 5 centers, that is where I found the most relevant for myself. So I took all the suggestions and guidance from Ruia sir, and also some of the alumni helped me on working with the application, maybe reviewing my application basically. So yes, a lot has been already covered by all the speakers so far about the program. But yes, as a master's fellow, I got a chance to go to the UK. I lived in Bradford, which is like 4 hours away from London. I was like the first person in my family to study abroad. So yes, a very proud moment for my entire family as well. And I was, being a development sector professional, I was always interested to learn more about sustainability academically. So this was my chance. I chose Masters in MSc Sustainable Development, went to UK, and got to learn a lot amongst other peace fellows who were journalists, activists, who were lawyers, who were peacekeeping professionals in their fields. And there in the beginning, I felt a little lost that, oh my God, okay, am I at the right place? Because I have not really worked in peace, but sustainability was my area of interest. And as the time progressed, it was a 15 months course. As the time progressed, I realized the linkages between peace and sustainability. So I realized how working on climate issues, working on sustainability issues links to peacekeeping, links to peace building, links to conflict resolution, and how there are so many climate related issues which are causing conflicts in different parts of the world. So I was there with fellows from Colombia, from Brazil, from Ukraine, from Philippines, Myanmar, Gambia. So these were all my batchmates there, and yes, it was an amazing experience to learn from each one of them in person. There was from our previous batch, as we get a chance to mingle with our previous batch as well, because we have a 3 months overlap, which is the best part, I would say, because it is such a beautiful environment that gets created. They do a full handholding for us before they leave. The entire legacy is passed on to the next batch, and the batch gears up for what's coming next in the entire year. And the same thing we did for our next batch. So in these 2-3 overlaps, I met people. I became friends with a Jewish person who is from Israel. I became friends with a person from Gaza. They both and we were in University of Bradford when the whole war on Gaza started, and it was my first time experience to see how it impacts people, how they have gone through, how their lives were. Basically, there was here an anti-occupation activist from Israel, and there was a person from Gaza. We had to fight at the university to do something, to do some events in support of Palestine, basically. So I learned the spirit of community. I learned the spirit of working together. I learned the spirit, even if there were parties in the evening, even at every aspect, we were learning in all the conversations, not only in the classroom, but also outside the classroom, while we were like on walks, on hikes, in beautiful landscapes in UK, in the countryside. Like as others have mentioned earlier, a most generous fellowship, you can say. You really live well while you are on this fellowship. You don't have to worry about your previous issues or about anything back home. Yes, sorry, my time is up. I had prepared a lot otherwise, but yes, I went to Geneva, did an applied field experience at Quaker United Nations office, learned to work on brief policy paper. I also got a chance to go to the Nobel Peace Center and attend the Nobel Peace Prize ceremony in Oslo as a Rotary fellow. We also went to Northern Ireland to understand the peacekeeping process. So yes, apart from my master's in sustainability, which I did definitely learn, I learned a lot about peace and conflict resolution. So thank you so much. I'll end here, but if anybody wants to get in touch, please, I will drop my email ID and LinkedIn, so you can please contact me. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhawna. That was good. Our next speaker is supposed to be Manju Pednekar, who does social service, works with HIV patients, making teams to show compassion. She did her program from Chula again in 2018 June. Now, unfortunately, Manju could not be here, but she has given her inputs, which I'll read out on her behalf. She says, and I quote, "Specifically, I work with HIV positive people. So this program helped me a lot. Meditation was my most useful part. Conflict resolution and peace building came immediately after. As I work in health sector, compassion is very important. So we made a team to create awareness and sensitivity towards compassionate communication and avoiding conflicts. The team takes workshops for healthcare workers, doctors, nurses, etc. Wherever humans are, their conflicts will occur, but how to handle conflict situations and understanding of diversity and everyone's right, equality. Such things I could learn and adopt behavioral changes from this course. I am and will be always grateful to Rotary Club for this opportunity. That was the input from Manju Pednekar. Our next speaker is Aziz Fidai, who also did the program from Chula in 2021 June. He is DGM and Head of CSR in Metro Brands Limited, Mumbai. Mr. Aziz.
Hi, friends. Good evening. I just have one confession to make that there is some issue in my laptop video. As such, I'm unable to on it. So please bear with me. Okay, so I'm really very happy to share my experience with the Rotary Peace Fellowship Program. With around 25 years of corporate banking experience, I shifted my career to the social field in 2014, mapping my passion for social work with my career. However, despite creating equal opportunities for the underprivileged people while working previously at Axis Bank Foundation and currently at Metro Brands Limited, I struggled to resolve conflicts arising from various social issues. In 2020, I discovered this Rotary Peace Fellowship program, which promised clarity on conflict resolution. So through my professor, Miss Meena Galiara at NMIMS, I met Mr. Rajendra Ruia and Roshan ma'am and enrolled in this course. Due to COVID restrictions, our class 31 began online in June 2021. This RPF program provided invaluable insights into conflict, peace and resolution, social change leadership, program designing, human rights, mediation and negotiations, community peace building, environment and climate change, refugee and forced migrations, non-violent resistance movements, role of media, etc. This Peace Fellowship program helped me gain clarity on conflict resolution and peace building. I acquired skills in mediation, negotiation, and community peace building, which have been invaluable in my career. This program also broadened my perspective on social change leadership, enabling me to drive more effective and sustainable initiatives. This RPF program can significantly enhance the careers of like-minded individuals in several ways, such as RPF provides in-depth knowledge and skills in conflict resolution, peace building, and mediation. This program focuses on social change leadership, enabling fellows to develop strategic thinking, innovative problem solving, and effective communication skills. Being part of the RPF network opens the doors to connections with like-minded professionals, Rotary members, and global leaders in peace and conflict resolution. This program's emphasis on applying theoretical knowledge to real-world challenges through social change initiative helps the fellows to develop a portfolio of practical experiences. This RPF journey fosters personal growth, self-awareness, and emotional intelligence, allowing fellows to approach their careers with renewed purpose, resilience, and adaptability. So friends, if you are passionate about creating positive impact, I highly recommend this Rotary Peace Fellowship program. Thank you very much, friends.
Thank you very much, Aziz. Our final speaker for the day is Om Prakash Gupta, who's also done this program from Chula University.
No, he had a family function, so he just left.
Oh, Om Prakash also has left?
Sorry?
Has Om Prakash left?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So that's it. That's the end of all the speakers' presentations from our side.
Now we open the floor to question and answers. Is there any questions?
Is there an age limit for this?
No, there is no age limit. As long as you can continue to work for peace.
Thank you.
The age limit is on the minimum side in the sense you have to be a minimum graduate plus 3 years of experience.
Correct.
On the higher side, there is no limit. If you can convince yourself and others that you can do something for peace and conflict resolution, by all means.
Thank you.
Sir, I am from RI District 3000. I just want to know, sir, here many IPS and IAS officials spoke about their experience. Is it not difficult for them to get leave? We are having in our mind approaching few people. I just want to know, sir, was it how difficult it is and how can we approach them?
See, in government jobs, there is a provision in some cases for study leave. Okay, that depends because we know we have IAS officers, IPS officers going for this kind of a program. So while it may not be so easy and so straightforward, it is for the individual to talk to the bosses from the department, but there is a provision.
No, it is in fact, it's quite simple because our Rotary Peace Fellowship program, the time is so there with you. We will announce the result by November and you have to go in next September or June for short term. So there's plenty of time and I wouldn't say it's easy, but the paperwork has to be done. Depends what you are, either state administration or central. It is possible very easily.
Yeah, I can share my personal experience. I mean, my fellowship got cleared in the month of March, and in 2 months' time, I got my leave sanctioned. I got the permission to accept fellowship, and I also got my visa issued by the US consulate. So, I mean, it is not difficult job. Once it is clear, when you secure your admission, everything will fall in line in no time.
Thank you, sir.
Hi, sir, I have a question. Am I audible? Yes, sir, I had one technical question. So, I'm an assistant professor of law at National Law University, Kolkata, and I wanted to apply for this Peace Fellowship because I also work in disability justice area, and I thought that it would be a wonderful opportunity for me. The only technical question I have that my last degree which I had was in August 2023. So it was written that the last graduate degree should be, let's say, within 3 years. So if the program is starting in August 2026, whether I will be eligible for this year's Rotary scholarship or not is my one technical question on this.
I can take that. You see, the course that you're doing now, as I understand, is a master's degree course. So if you want to go for a master's degree course now, what they will count as your undergrad as the threshold. So you already completed 3 years before, so there's no problem in applying.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So I have a question to ask. My name is Fazil. I'm a student of Asima. So if a person has done only 10th standard and if he is interested to do this course, so he has to mandatorily do his graduation in any of the streams?
Yes.
Without the graduation, it's not possible to get enrolled.
It's not possible, except for a certificate course. Once it comes up in India, maybe 2 years down the line, but they count, say 10th standard or 12th standard, but they count the experience what you have had after that. If that experience is related to peace and conflict resolution, that will be, they will add that to this.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. And because that person that I know, he is really interested to do this course, but he is not studying anymore. He is doing a business from from past 7 years. So and
No,
also
depends what business he is doing.
he does F&B business, and he also serves a campaign called Feed the Needy.
I think it's better you write an email to me.
Okay.
I'll get it checked up in details with this last transcript.
Okay, fantastic. And also, I just wanted to check for myself. I did BMM Bachelor's in Mass Media in 2018, and since then, if will I be eligible for the next year program?
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much, sir.
Hello, sir. It's Amrita Yadav from Asima.
Yes, Amrita.
I just wanted to confirm that I have done my BCom from MMK College and I'm currently pursuing my PG in Business Analytics. So I don't have experience, but I have done internship in various foundations like Achidat Foundation and youth foundations. And also I volunteered Asima for more than 3 years. So is there any experience, a full-time experience mandatory for applying for this course?
Full-time experience is not mandatory. But if you count 3.5 years, 6.5 years, that makes it 3 years. But whatever experience you have has to have a component of peace and conflict. I don't know. Asima, you said?
Yes, sir.
You're working with handicapped people, if I know correctly.
No, sir, like not handicapped, but I have working like I have done internship in Achidat Foundation where it targets social educations and animal welfare plus environmental impacts, and also in Asima helping them in various activities like spreading awareness and also a youth festival that was held by the Asima. So I am continuously a part of Asima from more than 3 years.
Can you send me your detailed CV? I'll put it up to Rotary Foundation and check. Well,
Yes,
people
thank
who are here today, Christine and Kolive, I'll put it across to them and put the exact dates and the kind of work you are doing.
Okay, sir. And also, like, where I have to send you the CV?
I put my email ID in the chat group.
Okay, sir. Let me check.
Hello, Namaste. This is Kiran Bhalerao from Mumbai.
Yes, go ahead.
I have a question regarding the process of the application. I have already posted in the chat box. However, I didn't got the reply. I have completed my master's degree in 2016, but I have completed bachelor's degree in 2010. I am pursuing PhD, and I have a work experience in various fields. Like I have on my local news channel. I work in NGO as well, and I have my work experience in the Vipassana centers for the meditation purposes and all that. So, am I eligible for this, and how would I able to apply for this? Yes.
I think you would be eligible, and will be more than happy to process your application. You have to apply online. Go to rotary.org and apply over there. There's a link for Peace Fellowship. You apply there, and then you let me know. My email ID is there.
Sure. Thank you, sir.
Kiran, can you also send me your email ID?
Yes, sir. I'll definitely send you. Yeah.
Yes.
Hello, this is Manoj Tiwari from Ranchi. a question which I come across when we speak to the prospect peace law. They say that if I'm away for 2 years, not I have got a family, how I take care of that situation? Can anybody offer me a good answer to this?
Vivek, Manoj is the Peace Fellowship chair of his district. So
Okay.
Manoj, you can send me your question. We'll try to work out, see whatever your issue is.
Oh, thank you.
I guess if people have any more questions, they can write to us on the email ID provided or in a WhatsApp message.
Hi Vivek, sir, can you please share me your email address?
Yeah, it's there in the chat box.
Okay.
Yeah.
And our contact details were also there in that brochure for registration.
Okay, sir.
Any other question?
I guess we can close the meeting now.
So time. So
just to remind everybody, minimum graduation plus 3 years of experience is the requirement. There is no upper limit. This is a great opportunity. You'll be taken care in terms of all your expenses. As one of the speakers mentioned, he could take his family also there. And your career opportunities could be great in the existing career that you are having, or you could have a change of career also. 5 different universities from 5 different countries. You will get to know people from other countries. You will get to know more about peace and conflict resolution as an idea. Apart from the career, you will have the satisfaction of doing something for the society. So this is a great opportunity, particularly for the people who are in the initial stages of the career. Later career also you can do it, but people may have their own personal family restrictions, etc. But that is individual constraint and not the constraint from the program. My request to all the people is to take advantage of this opportunity. And we had more registration than the people who actually came in for this program. So if your friends, colleagues, neighbors, relatives, anybody appears to be generally eligible, please pass on the message. We had also simulcast this on YouTube, and the YouTube recording will be available. So those who missed out on the program can go through the YouTube recording and get all the information. Plus, as Rajendra Ruia said, you can write to us for any further clarification. Rotary.org. This website will give you a lot of information about the application, about the universities, about their programs, about the testimonials of the people who have done it themselves. Like we heard so many people today, but you can read and hear so many more people talking about it. So with that, I just request all the people once again to take it forward.
We need to thank all the speakers for the invaluable time they have contributed. And it's just fascinating that the time they have given and the experiences what they have informed everyone. It's unfortunate that we were not having more time. Otherwise, we could have gone on for 10 hours. Who's the speaker? Meraz of Dastur.
Yes, that's me.
Yeah. You're logging in from Switzerland?
No, from Dubai.
From Dubai, okay.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
I
Saloni
did
told me.
Yes.
Saloni is a friend of Saloni, works in United Nations, and I've requested him to apply. Is your mind clear now?
It's very clear. I was a bit confused about whether I wanted to do the certificate program or the master's before today's session. I'm sorry, my dog, it's his feeding time, so you can probably hear him in the background. But things are very clear. I'm very appreciative for the time, for inviting me here. And to all the speakers, thank you very much. Each one of you has contributed to the clarity that I have now on the program, and I look forward to applying. Thank you,
So we
Rajendra.
expect your application for the master's degree.
Yes, I do have some constraints, which are family constraints, but I think I will connect with you on Gmail.
Okay.
Separately to discuss that, to understand whether it's something that I can pursue right now with the constraints that I have.
Sure. I'm always available.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, I guess we can close the meeting now.
Sir, I'm Stephen, District 3000. Sir, most of the alumni seems to be from Maharashtra. Is there any? Just want to know whether there are alumni from other states. Mostly all the participants here were from Maharashtra. It's because of the commitment of Ruia, sir, or what?
No. There are alumni from other states also. But Stephen, this is because it was organized in a hurry, and all these are from Bombay. And
Okay,
I'm in daily touch with them, so I could easily talk to them and make sure that they came in as speakers.
Yes, sir, we appreciate your commitment and involvement, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Anything you ever need, please get in touch with me. Doesn't make a difference. For us, it doesn't make a difference whether the candidate is from Bombay or any other part of India or any part of the world. I have sent in applications from Gambia, sent in applications from East Europe. So it doesn't make a difference.
It's great, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Anyone has any more final questions?
Yes, I'm so sorry. One last question. So, just wanted to check the applications that we fill now. That will be for next year, right?
Yes.
Okay.
26.
2026. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. You take care. Have a nice day.
So we can, as a vote of thanks, we now call off this meeting. Thank you, everyone, for your time.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Thank you very much.
Really great time of planning. Bye. All the best to everyone.
Thank you.